Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, no Skinners, no problem. Oilers win 4-2. Game 50 recap. Seattle Oilers. Let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said in the intro, wow, Oilers win 4-2. Now we're going to talk about the good, we're going to talk about the bad, and we're going to talk about the little bit of the unfortunate, ugly side of the Oilers business. Seems like every game, win or lose, has a little bit of Oilers controversy. Again, play La Bamba, baby. Welcome back, Connor McDavid. 3-game suspension, never looked so good. Enjoy some La Bamba. Whew. Why was there good? Why was there bad? Why was there downright ugly? Well, the good news is the Oilers did win. The good news is Connor McDavid got a goal. The better news is Calvin Pickard looked really good on short notice, and I mean short-term notice. He found out probably 3 hours before puck drop that Stu Skinner would not be available. Congratulations to U of A goalie Tyler Palmer for being the E-bug last night. Didn't need to step up, didn't need to get on the ice, but it could have happened had the Edmonton Oilers been sloppy like they were for the first 10 minutes of the game. Thankfully for the Oilers, they're the Oilers, and they pick it up. We're going to talk about the goal that we're all talking about, the controversy, and then we're going to talk about the goal that Perry scored wide the hell open. Bad line change by the Oilers turned into a really fortunate situation. I'm going to tell you why it was a bad line change by the Oilers, because, let's be honest, it was a bad line change. But first and foremost, we're going to talk about Lubo's stats, because them's be exciting to me. Let's hop over to the Discord, shall we? In the Lubo stats, he has Corey Perry, Matthias Janmark, Matthias Ekholm, the Matthiases. So let me get this straight. We got Matthiases, we got Skinners, we got Browns, and we got Connors. We got a mixtures. So, Corey Perry had 10:39 time on ice, 10:50 production, 9.86 rating. He had that goal. Remember the goal. Matthias Ekholm got the empty netter. He had 24 minutes and 42 seconds for 2025 production and an 8.20 rating. Matthias Janmark had 14.58, 9.75, .651. Honorable mention goes to Calvin Pickard of the Picards. Yes, we do have to get to that because that's pretty important. Calvin Pickard was a very, very important situation on this team. Now, we're going to talk about the goal one. Povalainen gets the goal. Hayden gets the assist. Again, a whole lot of controversy behind it. A whole lot of maybe that should have been goalie interference. I'll show you some pictures to go with why I thought it was goalie interference. But let's talk about the goal. Here we are here. The Oilers have the puck in the Seattle zone. Remember the little drawing I did on my whiteboard about the Oilers forwards got to make sure the puck gets in deep? Yeah, Connor Brown didn't do that. He lost the puck to number 15 with number 51. Now, remember what I said about the Oilers' defense? They don't seem to have a guy sitting back waiting for the turnover. They've got two defensemen always here. They always have a forwarder. Hey, at least they had two forwards in front of net in case that shot got through. It would have done something. Any whoosies, it's a 2-on-1 with a forward Brown back. He takes right here. This is what I do congratulate Brown on this. He did the right thing. He made the right play. He took the guy with the puck. He forced a move. Yes, sure, you should usually take the guy that doesn't have the puck to let the goalie take the shooter, but he knew he had help with Kulak coming back to help him out. Now that you got it good and understood, blocks the first one, cool, but then chaos. Blocks the first one, second one gets through. Kulak does the best thing, right thing, and so I don't lose my mind. Anytime a player touches the goalie in the crease, that results in a goal, it should be an automatic no goal. We've seen it to the Oilers. Oh, he had his tippy toe in the crease and touched the goalie. Well, number 15 had his whole body in the crease. No penalty called. No goal waved off. So 1-0 Seattle. Obviously, the Oilers challenge. The Oilers lose. They're on the penalty kill. That's what happens when you challenge. Seattle had 4 power plays in the evening. Edmonton had 1. Make it make sense? I can't. Face-offs were 51-48 for the Oilers. Shots were 31-28. But the first period was 12-12. Second period was 11-8 for Edmonton. And the third period was 8-8. The Oilers had the better opportunities, the better chances. They were overall the better team for most of the game. Hits were 18-14. Block shots were 15-11, both for Seattle favor. 16-22 for giveaways in favor of Seattle. They had 16. Oilers had 22. Seattle had the only takeaway. Oilers are now in lead of season series, winning the first game 4-2 January 4th, and winning this game with the same score 4-2 January 27th. We got 2 more games against Seattle, March 22nd and March 27th. Now, we're going to talk about this a little bit. Janmark gets a goal shortly after the power play is awarded. And it wasn't a pretty goal. It wasn't a pretty goal. It wasn't a big goal. It was a goal, right? It wasn't pretty. It bounced off a player and ended up in the back of the net. It bounced off Janmark and in the net. But first and foremost, I want to show you the controversial goal. I got a few slides to show y'all here. Now, here's slide 1. That's the first slide. You see the leg right, the stretched out leg by the Kraken player? He's not being pushed. He's not being pushed in at this point yet. So, that right there, nudge the goalie, that's goalie interference. That's a lot of goalie interference, and Kulak hasn't touched him yet. Okay? Kulak hasn't touched him yet. That's where Kulak hits Picard and stops Picard from making the save. As you can see, the puck is there on Picard's pad. Kulak bowls Picard over. Puck is loose for Tolavainen to tap it in. I still think that should have been goalie interference, but what do I know? I'm not an NHL official. I'm not an NHL official. I won't pretend to be an NHL official. Their job is hard. I get it. I get it. I get it. They have a hard job. So people keep telling me that they have a hard job. Anywho's, not too shortly after the shenanigans, of Janmark's goal at 17:41 of the first period, Vince Dunn scores his 10th. Janmark got his 2nd. Tovalainen got his 13th. Janmark's goal was assisted by Connor Brown and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. We got Ryans, we got Hopkins, we've got Brown, we've got a Janmark. Vince Dunn takes a slap shot from the point. It's an innocent shot. It bounces off McDavid's shin pad, and unfortunately, it bounces in the back of the net. It is what it is. We'll quickly show you that one as well. It's just a shot. Bounces off McDavid. Just eludes Picard again. Picard's in net. I buried the lead. I'll talk about the buried the lead after I get through these highlights. Congratulations to Skinner and to Stuart and Chloe. Their baby boy was born. I'll tell you the name after this video clip. So, there it is again. It's an innocent looking shot. One that maybe Picard, if it's not tipped, blocked. But that's what they tell forwards, though. Get out of the way. If you're not going to block it fully, don't flamingo it. It got flamingoed. Second period, however, Connor McDavid, 2 minutes into the second period, does Connor McDavid things. Again, Seattle this time has full control of the puck. They get the puck in deep. You notice how the defense for Seattle, as soon as the puck turned over, because obviously they put the puck in deep, they're skating backwards. So they're still looking good. 84, I don't know what 84 is doing, but the rest of the team is looking good. Ekholm gives it up to Draisaitl, because of course he does, and that's who assists on McDavid's goal. Draisaitl and Ekholm. Wouldn't you think it? Draisaitl, perfect little one-touch pass to McDavid, and McDavid does the rest. Takes the shot. Decord is way out in left field. He makes the save. This is one thing that I think you people, have to understand about goaltending. They make the save, but because of inertia and the push-off, if you're making a save, you're pushing with your left skate. Let's say you're making a save to your right. You're pushing with your left leg. So obviously when you're pushing with your left leg, you're going to slide a little bit. You're going to do the slide. You're going to do a little shuffle. Unless you've got really strong legs and a really strong core, you're going to slide a little bit, and that's what happened with the cord. He slid a little bit. McDavid took the puck, scored in a half wide open net. We got ourselves a 2-2 hockey game. Now, I'm gonna love. I can't wait to show you guys this. This is hilarious to me. We're gonna back that up. So we paused it here. Do you see how 29 is getting off and 90 is getting on? Draisaitl got off. Bad line change by Draisaitl. If it didn't work, that I would have criticized it a lot more than I'm going to. But he got off. Seattle has the puck in the Oilers zone here. Two very dangerous players in Seattle for 95 and 22. Yes, Bouchard, Kapanen, and Nurse are back. And McDavid has Larson in case he wants to pass. I get that. I understand that. I feel that. But Draisaitl should not have gone for a change there. Anywho's, he does. Perry comes on. Again, here's the Oilers. They've got it under lock. But there's the shot. Did you see that little bit of shot? I'll replay it right quick. 95 releases it. There's a little bit of screen on Picard there. A little bit of room. He finds that little hole. It's 3-2 Seattle. He finds that hole. It's 3-2 Seattle. Now, thankfully for him, Picard makes a good save. Nurse gets the rebound and clears the puck away from the net. Not only clears it, but he has his head up. Spatial awareness. Okay, 22 went behind the net. He did a little flyby. I have space. I have time. I can think for 2 seconds. He holds on to it. His thought process here is probably A, I'm going to go behind the net with it myself. B, wait, I have Connor McDavid here. I can go behind the net and stop right where the D is. Stop on the D. Give it to McDavid. Let McDavid do the McDavid magic. Or C, oh, wait. That's Corey Perry out at center ice. And that's a free lane. Now, had Larson been over here in the middle of the circle, right here where my cursor is, you wouldn't make that pass. But because Larson is being kind of interfered with, kind of not interfered with by Kapanen, clear lane for Perry, and he takes it. I think he waited half second too late. I honestly thought he waited a little too long to make that pass. My personal opinion, he had that lane, but he wanted to. He wanted McDavid so bad. You know, Nurse wanted McDavid. Thankfully for the Oilers, he didn't give it to McDavid. Instead, he did the right thing. Gave it to Perry. Perry stayed on side. Perry's one-on-one with the goalie. And bing, bang, boom. 3-2 Oilers. Assisted by Nurse. I think Picard should have gotten an assist on that. Usually when goalies make the save, they get the assists. Apparently the NHL is being very flimsy with the assists and the goals. Ekholm scores in the third period. It is 3-2 going into the second intermission. Ekholm scores in the third period in the empty net, makes it 4-2. Oilers win 4-2. We're playing La Bamba. We're happy. We're excited. We're stoked. And this is where I get to tell you guys, that first period could have been disastrous for the Oilers. I'm not sugarcoating it. That first period for the Oilers could have easily been 4-1 Seattle. Dunn scores to make it 2-1. Oilers get a chintzy call. It's a penalty, it's a penalty, it's a penalty. But if you're going to call that, why didn't you call the 4 others that you missed earlier? That's the gripe, the inconsistency. Bolshevik. Right? That's our gripe. It's the inconsistent bullshit. So Seattle gets power play. Their second power play of the first period. Notice how we have the Oilers got their first power play of the game. They did absolutely nothing on it. It got a few shots, but didn't look overly dangerous. Anywho's, wouldn't you know, they're on a power play and a player gets tripped. How many times, put your hands up, how many times have you seen McDavid tripped on entry, Draisaitl tripped on entry, Hyman cross-checked on the power play in front of the net, slashed, hooked? Oilers don't get the 5-on-3 pick abilities. They don't get that benefit of the doubt. Seattle did 5-on-3 carries over into the second period. Nothing, not even a shot. They didn't get any shot on that. Oilers PK is dominating right now. Love to see it. So McDavid gets that goal, his 21st of the year, assisted by Draisaitl at home 2-2. Perry gets his 9th, assisted by Nurse. And Picard, 3-2 Edmonton. And Seattle in the third period gets their 4th power play of the game. No shots. It seemed like there was a lot of game management. It seemed like there was a lot of let's get Seattle into overtime. Picard solid with late notice, very late notice. Again, I kind of did bury the lead. No Skinners. Jeff Skinner was also a scratch, so he didn't play, so there was no Skinners. Unlike last game where 2 Skinners, 1 win, no Skinners, no problems. Perry got his 76th game-winning goal of his career. It's pretty significant. That's a lot of game-winning goals. That's almost a full season of game-winning goals. Again, congratulations to Stuart and Chloe on their baby boy named Darcy. Other news to talk about. Evander Kane skated by himself in a warm-up suit, like the Oilers jumpsuit, not in any gear, just testing out the knee, testing out the abdomen, testing out his body to see the lefts, the rights, the stops, the goes, see what he needs to work on still. He's not coming back till April 15th, 17th. I think it's the 17th is game 1 of the playoffs. So don't expect him to be back in this regular season. Alec Regula, he was on the ice for morning skate with the defenseman. He's still not cleared to play. He will go down to Bakersfield for 10 days. It's a 10-day conditioning stint, so 5 or 6 games. And And the big one, the reason why we haven't seen Klingberg is he's dealing with immigration. I didn't understand this, and I still kind of don't, but I was talking to some people, and they said that, yes, he has immigration to play in the NHL in the States. But because he's not a Canadian citizen or an American citizen, he has to have immigration papers and his passport dual so he can. It's like a work visa, I guess. It's a visa thing. It's a work thing. So because the Oilers have been playing at home, he doesn't have the proper paperwork to be working for a Canadian company and working for a Canadian team. Whereas when he was still in Dallas and wherever he was before, I can't even remember. I remember Dallas, and that's all I remember about Klingberg. I guess there's visa issues, but they're getting sorted out. He should be available either against Detroit or the road game in St. Louis. He's either available against Detroit, Toronto, or in St. Louis. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not that smart. I let the people up top, the high pay grade, deal with that. So he should be available soon. It's not injury related. It's all passport and immigration ridiculousness. I think if you're an NHL player, you should have a visa for both. You should be allowed to have come as you go visa because you don't have control over where you're getting traded. You don't have control of it. You don't have any say of it. You are a commodity. That's just my two thoughts. Anywho's, guys, we're going to go around the NHL because holy smokes, there were some games of some interest. I think there were some games of some interest, but that's just me and my thought processes. Oh, sorry. Late. 5 games on the schedule. In fact, the Kings lose to the Red Wings 5-2. The Flyers beat the Devils 4-2. And the one we've got to mark on our calendars, the St. Louis Blues lose to the Vancouver Canucks 5-2. The Pittsburgh Penguins lose to the San Jose Sharks 2-1. None of those games were in overtime. None of those games were in shootouts. Obviously, the Oilers beat the Kraken 4-2. Now that you got it good and understood on all of that, I'm going to leave you with that. That was a lot to unpack. That was a lot to get through. I apologize. Again, my name is Matt for OilersFanReaction. The Oilers win 4-2 final. As I always do, I'll show you guys this graphic. The Oilers are now 32-15-3, first place in the Pacific Division until Vegas plays again, obviously. The Seattle Kraken are now 22-26-3. Decord had 27 out of 30, a .900 save percentage, 3 goals against. Calvin Pickard on late notice was 26 out of 28, .928 save percentage, 2 goals against. Not too shabby for playing on short notice, if I do say so myself. But it is what it is, and we will see you guys on Thursday. That's right. No game Tuesday, no game Wednesday. Thursday. Red Wings are in town. Should be a fun one. It's game 51. 51 out of an 82-game season, folks. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Enjoy. I'll see you guys Thursday. Deuces.